What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Antonio Brown, right? And his situation. Everybody know that he recently was caught over in Dubai, and they extradited him back over here to the United States so he can face some serious charges. Attempted, I think it was attempted murder is one of the charges that he's looking at, right? And a lot of people are disappointed and sad because of the career that that Antonio had. Hall of Fame type career, one of the best wide receivers to ever play the game, and then this guy to go down like this is just it's disappointing, right? And so Skip Bayless and the rest of the cast on the arena was talking about this, right? And I want to listen to what they said, and then I want to react to it. So now the first person that's going to speak on here is the guy, I think it was Akib. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna let her say his name because this guy, his brother is right now is currently incarcerated for murder right now himself, right? So it's just a crazy situation what these people could get them, people can get themselves into. Let me let me play what they said on this show though, and come back and give my my perspective.
Your view on what happened to Antonio Brown?
Man, it's a wild situation. Evidently,
All right, so this is Akib, and his brother. Like I said, they was at a football game, and his brother, shot somebody at a football game, and like I said, he incarcerated too. So it's interesting, yeah, for to see what he has to say about this.
the guy got grazed on the neck. That's where the attempted murder come in, and it's just unfortunate, man. I'm glad the dude okay, cause it could be worse than this, So I don't know how this gonna end for AB. It's probably not gonna end good, and I just hate to see it, man. I hate to see great players like he the first ballot Hall of Famer in my book. Like during my time of playing, he was the one to me. You know what I'm saying? So
did you cover him a lot?
I didn't. When we played him, we put Chris on him, and I guarded Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant was the deep ball guy. He Moss size, so I guarded the deep ball guy. And shit, he gave us 200. Put it like that. Say, hey, he gave us 200 that game. You know what I'm saying? So I hate to see guys' careers just get blemished like that. You know what I'm saying? Off the field, when they did so much on the field. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in that same boat. You know what I'm saying? So it's a terrible situation, man. I really don't think it's gonna end good. I don't see how. I mean, the shit can get dropped down, but even if attempted murder get dropped down, it's probably felonious assault or something. It's still bad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how it can end well for my dog, and I just hate to see him in that situation, man.
Did you get to know him?
Yeah, I knew him pretty good. He came out to Dallas one time. He was on this little tour, came to the gym. We chilled for about, probably all day. So I knew him pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Good dude, hard-working dude. He just loved ball. He loved to work out. We was at the gym for maybe 6 hours. Bro worked out 4.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? So he loved ball. He loved working out.
And see, I do remember watching like Antonio Brown's like workout tapes and stuff like that. Like when you get guys like Antonio Brown and those guys who just freak athletes like that, and then they work out on top of it and they dedicated to their craft, man. That's why teams will, that's why teams will take a chance on somebody like that, because they know that this guy's, he just a workout. He's a gym rat. Same thing. It was like this with Terrell Owens, right? Until a lot of times these guys be headaches and divas and stuff, not to the point where they're going to do something dangerous like what Antonio did, but they be divas, right? And so until it's not worth it for them to take a chance on them, teams will always take a chance on guys like this because they just gym rats. Like all they know is football or working out and perfecting their art. You know, man.
He loved giving back to the community, you know what I'm saying? But shit happens sometimes, man. You react like this, and then next thing you know, your whole resume is tarnished now, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not going to end how you want it to end, regardless of what you did on the field. So
yeah,
it's fucked up,
man. Anytime they come and get you from Dubai, you in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Whenever a firearm is involved and it gets discharged, you don't know where them bullets can go. And, you know, maybe the aim wasn't directly at the guy, but like Leaf say, he got grazed, and that's really now attempted murder because it's in the neck. Just his legacy, what he done as a player, see one of our brothers, you know, we've had a lot of passings in the last few years, and I mean, it's not a passing, but it's almost as bad as it can get other than that. So I'm just praying for him and his family, man, because I don't know him personally, not as much as Lee. I never really spent no time away from the field with AB, but through other friendships, you know, he seems like a really good dude, works hard, and is about football, you know. And sometimes when we don't have football as an outlet, which is seeming to happen for a lot of us post-retirement, it can get bad, you know. So we just got to make sure that we checking on each other's mental health. You know, it's a lot going on, you know, within the game, outside the lines. So we just got to, man, it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
And I do want to address the part where he just said about mental health, right? Because I know that some people have said that, you know, like maybe mentally Antonio Brown was not stable because of all the hits and stuff that he took playing football. You know, I don't know that that's going to really make any difference as far as like how, you know, how this case is going to turn out, you know, because they may, you know, they be like, well, you did the crime, you still gonna have to do the time. That might be the approach that they could take. Or maybe his lawyers might be able to, they may be able to work that in there where as though they can take that into consideration. But let me continue with this interview.
Said, yeah, it's very unfortunate. Just to reiterate what you said. I mean, I was in college and I got to the league watching him from 2013 to 2018. AB was that dude. I mean, he had his route running, his quickness. He would make these impossible catches look effortless. It was unbelievable. The connection that he and Big Ben had, and then Le'Veon Bell in the backfield, that Steelers offense was fun to watch. It's just unfortunate. And to your point, it was a Hall of Fame career. It really would have been a first ballot Hall of Fame career. It's just unfortunate now that all these off the field things are going to overshadow the type of player that he was on the field.
That's a question I have, because I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame yet, right? So will this keep him out of the Hall of Fame? Like if he's convicted of this crime and he goes to prison, like will this keep him out of the Hall of Fame? I don't know. I want to ask people's opinion on that.
So maybe I don't know him the way you do, Akeem, but I've had him on shows about 4 different times and spent some time with him off camera. You just can't help but like him because he's got huge charisma, big personality, big smile. And because of all that, it tears you up to watch what's happened to him, because he could have had it all, man. I mean, it all.
Yep.
And a lot of people say, well, that Vontaze Burfict hit was the wild card game after the 2015 season. And those 3 seasons, 13, 14, and 15, he was it. He was the best receiver in football.
Agreed.
So he takes a late game headshot from Vontaze, who apologized profusely after it, but he got caught up in the rivalry. And people say, well, AB was never the same after that. It could be. I don't know. I don't know how to evaluate that yet. Is there some CTE thing going on that affected him? Because many of his incidents came after that. And by the way, you say you've had your stuff too, and you have. But if I look at your stuff, it's like a footnote compared to his list of what's going on off the field, because we don't have enough show to go through all the stuff he's been involved in. And yet, I look back with him to his days in Miami, grew up there, went to New Orleans, and then he tried to get in Florida State and didn't have the grades. He was just going to walk on at Florida State. And then he tried to get into Alcorn, and they wouldn't take him because of grades. And then he went to something called North Carolina Tech Prep. I've never even heard of it, and had obviously a great year there. And so Florida International, FIU, gave him a scholarship. and he didn't even make it to the opening of football because he had an incident where he got into a fight with some security on campus, and they just tossed him. They threw him out. So he didn't play for FIU. Then Butch Jones had recruited him to go to West Virginia. Butch Jones got the job at Central Michigan. So he goes all the way up to Central Michigan and just walks on. Didn't even have a scholarship and starts to pop, man. And you could see it coming. But then he timed 4.5, so he's not a timer. You know, like he didn't run 4.3, he ran 4.5, which is fine. But he's 5'10", 180 pounds. So he goes in the 6th round. For him, like to your point, the guy I knew was hard worker, hard practicer. So he was the ultimate overachiever, man. I mean, he turned himself into a first ballot Hall of Famer pretty fast.
Right.
Did it?
That is crazy. To go from a 6th round draft, I didn't even know that, from 6th round, and then like the college career that he had, you know, jumping from here and there, and then go in the 6th round and turn into a first round, you know, first ballot Hall of Famer, man. That just go to show his work ethic and how he developed his talent and his skill. It's, you know, I don't know what people can do to kind of save people from themselves. You know, when guys are like this, I don't know what you can do. You know, it seems like the answer in our country is always to like, and I know what he did was crazy, man. But you know, you got to be able to get people help before they get to this point. It's always about incarcerating people, like waiting until they do something like what he did, you know, down in Florida, and then now they're looking for him. You know, that now they got him so they can incarcerate him.
Help having that O-line and that quarterback and that run. Sure, it did. But man, he just took the sport over where he was, like you said, 200 against you guys. He put up 200 against a lot of guys. And with the personality, I'm like, man, you got the world by the tail. You can do whatever you want. And as social media hit, he tried to go big on social media. Maybe that went to his head. Maybe the fame and the fortune went to his head. The money went to his head. I don't know. But it was just one incident after another. And it wasn't like, oh, he'll learn his lesson. He never learned his lesson. He just kept going, and it kept spinning deeper and deeper out of control.
What would, like, with his talent, right? What if he was like, if he had the talent to go along with like the personality of somebody like a Larry Fitzgerald, you know, ain't no telling what kind of, number one, I think his career would have lasted a lot longer than it did, you know, because once he left Pittsburgh, to me, like basically his career was over with, but he still had some gas in the tank. It just was a mental thing with him, you know, like he just was out of control once he left Pittsburgh, or his last year or two in Pittsburgh, in my opinion, he was just more so out of control, more of a distraction. And if he had, you know, everybody can't be like Larry Fitzgerald, but if he had that type of mentality, man, his career would have lasted longer.
And then, I don't know, maybe you've known people, I don't know, they're just not happy unless they're a little over the edge, you know, like they're dangerous. They want to live that life. They want to be that life. And if you do, and that's what makes you happy, fine. You're not happy unless you're on the edge. Well, he's over the edge, right?
Over the edge, man. Some people skip. It's like you don't even choose it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like you see a old racist man. His daddy was racist. The man who raised him was racist. So he's just a product of that. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So sometimes young black guys like us, you a product of that environment. That's what you grew up around, violence. That's what you is, how you react to stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, it's an unfortunate situation, man. But
okay.
Yeah, so I kind of get the point Talib is making. Like you're a product of your environment. Just, I guess, like sometimes it's just in you, in certain people, to be, you know, unless you have somebody who can take enough time and effort and to change you. But a lot of times, man, sometimes, you know, it's just you are who you are. So I don't know, man. I just think it's a sad situation for Antonio. And like Talib said, you know, fortunately that the person that he shot didn't die, was only grazed. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna turn out for him, but y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.